Welcome to the Social Stack, your go-to channel for marketing tips based on technology for your real estate business. I'm Amy Stack, and today we are going to be doing a little bit of higher level website page building on the Keller Williams Command site. We're going to focus specifically on mortgage calculators and school search information. So I am going to go ahead and get my screen shared for everybody. And what you're about to see is just the dashboard to Command. I'm going to move you guys over here. Can you guys see Command okay? It says Kathy in the top left. I think I see a nod. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I have logged into the Command website. As a quick reminder, at this point, you should already have your website basic stuff set up. We're doing a little bit of a deep dive today. So to get into your website editor, you want to come down to Consumer. It's in the bottom left. We've been here before. And we have a list of all the pages that have already been built here. I'm going to build a brand new one today. But before I do that, I want to show you what Kathy's website looks like before we change anything. So this blue bar at the top will have your website link. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And here is Kathy's website. And in this dropdown, you can see we have a few options already. Here is a different type of mortgage page that I do have. Well, maybe it doesn't want to load. Okay, I have another mortgage class. Here we go. It's just a big page. Another mortgage calculator that I can show you that loads in like this. There is a video of how to do that on my channel already. So you can click the info card if you're watching later to see how to put this one in. This is a little bit next level from what we're going over today. So I'm going to show you how to do the basic one today. But if this is something you're interested in, go check out that video. So she does have the advanced one in there, but you can see there's nothing in here about schools. And obviously she doesn't have two mortgage calculators. So we're going to put it up there to show you and she can choose which one she wants to use. All right, so I'm back in her website. Her Command, the back side of the website. So you, as a quick reminder, you can't make any changes on this page that you see right now. You have to go in through Command to make the updates. So I've clicked Consumer and I'm going to go ahead and hit Create New Page. We always want on our agent site if we want it to be connected to that website. And the first thing I'm going to do is come to the top left and name my page. So this is familiar to you, to those of you who have already built some pages. Let's call this one School. And it's important to name it because later on you're going to be able to need to identify which page you're pulling into your website. So I am going to use a widget. On the left-hand side, there's this one, excuse me, right, I know my directions. On the right-hand side, there's this widget called Company Profile. You're just going to click, hold, and drag and drop over to the left. And that's going to populate a whole bunch of information in here. I really only want a couple of things in here, so I'm going to delete most of this information. So this is the part where we vary from what we've done on widgets in the past. So to update this, I'm going to come to the bottom right and hit Configure Widgets. And I'm just going to tap the widget I want to update, which is Company Profile. Now, headline, we're going to leave in there, but I don't want it to say about Royal Realtors. Maybe I want it to say School Search. So that one's pretty straightforward. What do you want to appear right here where it says about Royal Realtors? Everything else on this page, other than this header image right here, I'm going to delete. So intro text, highlight, delete. Section 1 heading, delete. Section 1 text, delete. Notice there's a little red asterisk right there. You have to have some sort of text in there to save it. Just hit your spacebar once and that will satisfy the requirements. We're going to delete the image, delete the next header, delete the next text, delete the next image, delete the footer, delete the footer. Save and apply. Do you guys have questions about that? We're deleting almost everything in here. You following along? Oh, I see something came in the chat. And, oh, I misspelled something at the top here. Oh, I missed my R in search. S-E-A-R. Nope. There we go. And save and apply. So once I've saved and applied, we've got a pretty blank screen here. You can see it just says School Search and it's got my header. Nothing else is in there. You can hit save and apply right there, or you can wait. What we're going to do is actually put some information in this intro text section. But this is the part where we're going to leave the Keller Williams system and go grab some widget code. So I have this website pulled up already. You guys are going to want to write this down. I will put it in the chat for you. You want to go to greatschools.org/widget. Put it in the chat right now so you can just click on that if you are following along. And what this does is provides this little image that will populate right on your website. So you can see down here that I have a map, I have a list of schools, and I have the ability to search for new information. So all of this will be placed right onto your website. We need to provide the system with a little bit of information in order to get our code. And Kathy, I might need you to chime in here a little bit. So the location you'd like to feature, I think you're doing Glen Ellen, right? 601 through 7, perfect. Yes. And your email address, which one would you like me to put in there?
KathyLight@kw.com.
Perfect. And I have your website already. This is kathylight.kw.com. Right here is what you want to put in there. So we're just following the prompts currently. And it's just because this company Fairly wants to know where their widget is going, who's using it, what's going on with it, right? Mm-hmm. The other thing that I like to point out is you have the opportunity to choose the size of your widget. This is the default, the 640 by 500, and you can see the size right here on what that would look like. You can absolutely play around with that, make it bigger, smaller. If you think most of your people are using this on mobile, I recommend making that width a 410. That will fit very nicely on an iPad or a phone. Okay?
Can you go over that one more time? Make
yes.
It 410
right here. Your width would be 410 for optimization on a mobile device. So we want to put in the zip code, and you can see now that I put in that zip code, the map automatically updated, and this is Glen Ellen. So then I updated the size of my widget. I put the address, the email address associated with it, the website associated with it, clicked my little checkbox that I agree. And then I have my preview so I can check out that this is actually what I want, that this looks right. Those are the schools in my area. And then I still have that search feature as a client. If I don't want to look in Glen Ellen, I can put any zip code I want in there. So the next step we want to do is hit this Get Widget Code button. And there it is. They've done all the work for you.
Amy, I kind of lost you for a second. When you say you don't want to search that specific zip code, you can do another or put multiple zip codes in there?
So your clients can use this search feature right here to search any zip code or town.
Okay,
so
but in order,
these will pop up on your website.
Got it. But in order to populate the widget, you got to have a zip code up at the top of the screen.
Yes, you have to put something up in this first section here, which is what will populate on the map view and the and that list view right here.
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yep, so whatever your primary location is, I recommend that being your zip code at the top, but your clients are not limited to that area. They can search anywhere that Great Schools has access to. So this does not go against fair housing or go into steering or anything like that, because you're just providing the resource of Great Schools on your website. You're not telling people this is a good or a bad school district. You want to go here, you don't want to go here. It's just letting them have the tool at their fingertips to be able to do the research. So they don't have to go hunt separately. Okay. So once you hit Get Widget Code, you just want to copy this whole thing. So if you triple click it, it should highlight everything. And then you can right click copy or do your keyboard shortcuts. I've already copied it. So you're going to take that code and you're going to come back to Command where you're doing all of that editing. And that intro text section that we already deleted the information in, we're going to go ahead and paste that code in there. And then we're going to come down and hit save and apply one more time. And there it is on my page.
Wow.
Too bad,
oh God. Like I knew what I was doing.
Perfect. Okay, so you guys can come in and change these headers. Kathy, I'm sorry, I don't have one that's the right size ready to go for you, but you could come in and hit trash and upload whatever picture you want right here under the header image if you don't want you know, the tops of the houses. You can go find like pens and pencils or something cute, a classroom, whatever you want. I'm gonna hit save changes really quick.
Amy,
Yeah,
what's a good size? What's a good size if you're gonna put in your own photos on web pages? What's a good size to be looking at, especially width wise?
This one, it will tell you, great question. When you go to upload something, it should tell you. I don't want to delete hers. What if I, no. I don't want to delete it. It should tell you if you don't have one in there, it should tell you what size you want. I don't know it off the top of my head. I apologize.
No worries.
.kw.com may also have the specifics for that if you search like website header or something like that.
I looked yesterday and there was a huge list of different photo sizes throughout all of Command in there, but it only had one. That only had one for like emails and one for like websites, and it wasn't the one size that I was looking for. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you checked it out. I do know I've played with things before. I pull them off of Google sometimes. I've created them in, you know, Designs or Canva, and it will let you kind of move on. So if you have an image that's really tall and you just want a section of it, it'll let you like kind of take the snap of the spot that you want. You can just kind of play around with it if it doesn't tell you right in there. I've used things that are formatted as like email headers before, seem to fit in there, like a Google form header. They're kind of similar sizes.
Makes sense.
Cool. Thanks.
Marcus, you have your hand up.
Yes, Amy, this kind of fits in with what Jerry was talking about. If this map is optimized at 410, is there an advantage to putting up the image at 410?
Not really. Well, I guess it depends. That's a great question. That's going to depend on what your image is, because this is designed to be a header on a website. So if you are putting your image of the header at 410, it's only going to be as wide as that map is. So if somebody's looking at the computer, it's only going to be this much of the website. I don't even know that the widget will take it. So if you're concerned about what's showing on mobile, I recommend doing a header that is something like this one, where if the sides are cut off on mobile, the consumer's not losing any information, right? You can have like a repetitive pattern, or like I said, a bunch of pencils and crayons or something, or desks. I've done lockers for people before. It's not anything that's going to take away from the experience if that left and right side is cut off a little bit. So that's my pro tip for you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save changes at the top right, and then hit yes. And if you guys have built pages before, you'll recognize this page here. So we've done step 1 of building our page. Step 2 is to make it live on the website, which is this location right here. Always when you build a web page, it will take you here automatically. It is not live yet until we follow this process. So I'm going to back out a bit and show you, in case you build the page and you don't make it live right away, I want to show you how to get back here so you can do that. Okay. So build the page is step 1. The page will also always take you to this location. If you're not ready to make it live and you want to come back later, all you have to do is hit consumer again. And then we want to go up to the top right and hit site and app settings. From this screen, we want agent site pages on the far right. So that will take us to that screen we were just on. So if you want to build 10 pages at a time and then go load all of them at the same time instead of build, load, you can totally do that. So from this screen, in the bottom left, I want to hit add page. And remember when I told you to name your page? We're going to get a whole list of all the pages we've created. We're going to go ahead and hit school because I know that's the one we want right now. Hit continue.
There was a pretty good example too of what happens if you don't name your page.
Yes. Thank
you might see a wide variety of mine without a name and just numbers. And so then when I go back to make it live, I have no idea what's what because I didn't pay attention to the details that Amy taught me.
It's kind of like a web page roulette. All right, Kathy, I need your input on this a little bit as well, because now we're actually going to name this page. So I'm going to go to Kathy's website to show you what we're working on. You see we have 3 sections right here: page title, URL, and SEO. So if I go to Kathy's website, this dropdown is where the page title will appear. So Kathy, what would you like that school search page title to be in here?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Find a school, school info, schools, school search. Any of those strike your fancy?
Education. I don't know. Gosh, what pressure.
We'll leave it to
Education.
education. You can
Do
always
that.
I'm going to go back to Kathy's website. You'll notice we have her website, kathylife.kw.com, and then there's slash, and this one says Keller Covered, Keller Mortgage. If I switch to contact me, it says contact. So that little section after slash is what we're filling in right here.
Now let's go with schools.
Yeah, I was gonna say for that one, we could do school, and you'll see that it
Blunt clarity.
exactly. It populates down here as a little preview as well, right there. This has,
Let's
I
do
like to keep
schools,
it short and
plural.
sweet. So if you're sending it somewhere or typing it somewhere, if somebody needs to type it out for some reason, it's not clickable, the shorter the better. The less they have to do, the better it is.
At the URL, Slug, will you add an S to make school plural?
Sure,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Thanks.
Schools.
Multiple kids, multiple schools.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so then SEO description. If you guys are using SEO optimization, this is the part where you're going to want to put all of that information in here. If you're not, I tell people to just write a simple description of the page. Always include your name, probably your brokerage in there, maybe your town. That's just going to help Google find this page faster. So if somebody's looking for schools in Glen Ellen or real estate in Glen Ellen or Kathy's school, something like that, those keywords will all be linked. So, find school.
No problem.
I'm gonna delete that. Find school information from realtor. Kathy, do you want Kuhlman in here or just light?
Probably should have Kuhlman.
Can you spell it for me?
Kuhl.
Ah,
Yep, put 2 N's. Thank you for that. There you go.
close.
And then, yep.
Do you want the hyphen?
No, because then they would need to search with the full length, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure. Mark's
so.
nodding.
I think so.
Find school information from realtor Kathy Coleman Light at Keller Williams Premier Properties. Now this doesn't really show up anywhere, but it's got all these great
It's got the
keywords.
words.
Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and save that. Okay. So now you can see on the left-hand side with my list of all my pages here, education has populated. And Kathy, where would you like that to show up on that drop down? Do you want it to be the last item or would you like it a little further?
Let's put it up a little higher. My sphere, parents, kids, school's important. Down one, I want the buy, sell. There we
Perfect.
go.
Just
Yeah.
click hold on those 6 dots and you can drag it and drop it
Drag
right.
it. Yep, I
place.
like that spot there.
If you guys ever need to delete it, you can go ahead and hit delete right here, and then you'll have to click to confirm. That will just delete it from the website. It will not delete it from your list of pages that you can bring back onto the website later. Okay. Oh, I did something. Oh, I clicked on a different one. There we go. So we can just hit save. Education, does that look right? Yes. Save.
This is seriously good.
So now I'm going to refresh Kathy's website. Thank you.
So back at that SEO, if I were being super serious about this, I would put in potentially some school names that were local to my area, that sort of thing. And that would help me appear in a search. That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So I just hit refresh on Kathy's page. I hit her drop down and you can see education is right where we left it. And here's her website. So you could add footers to the bottom of this page. You could add lead gen forms if you wanted to. You can have multiple widgets on one page. I just wanted to make sure that you knew how to get this part in because that one's not quite as easy as the other KW widgets. Okay, we got about 10 minutes left. Is it okay if I go fast on the next one? All the main stuff is the same. I'm just going to show you where to get the widget code for the mortgage calculator. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody time me.
I promise I won't ask questions.
Okay, so we're going to do the mortgage calculator this time. I'm going to go to consumer to start from the beginning. We're going to hit create a new page on the agent website, create page. We're going to name it mortgage. Calc 2, because I know she already has one. I spelled that wrong. We're going to do that same widget, company profile. Go ahead and configure, hit company profile. Kathy, what should we call this one? What's my home? What can I afford?
Finance my home.
There we go. I like it. Finance my home. We're going to delete everything except that header image. Put our space in section 1 text, delete. delete, delete. Whoops. Delete again and delete. I'm not hitting save just yet. Now I'll put this in the chat for everybody. This is the generic mortgage calculator.
It's pretty.
I'm gonna go ahead and paste that link right in there. It is mortgagecalculator.org. It's very original, very creative. All right, so once you're on this page, you're gonna go to the top right, hit widgets. Scroll down. Right here, we have a widget. We also have JavaScript. We want, there's a lot to choose from. I usually do, I think I do this one. We'll find out in just a second. I think I do the first one because we want this actual system right here that people can type into and get that calculation. So I'm going to copy that widget code. I'm going to paste that all the way at the top in the intro text. Hit save and apply. And so there's a little one. If you don't like how that looks, let's go check out the full size one. That's just going to be the logo. Let's do the full HTML. And you'll be able to see, you can try these different ones to see what fits best for what you want to do on your website. That one's about the same thing. And this is not a WordPress, so you don't want that. I think this is just this image. And this is just if you want to embed that link, this little mortgage calculator link. So you can play around with different styles if you want, okay? And we'll just go ahead and hit save on that one. Save changes again. Yes, publish. And now it took us to that page automatically to add our mortgage calculator. I know this isn't going to be your live one, Kathy, so we're just going to keep it simple right now. So let's pretend we were typing her name, full name. You know, something like that. Oh, that's not calc. That's okay. We're going to take this down anyway. So you put all that information in. We hit save. Drag and drop your calculator wherever you want it. Then we're going to go to the website, hit refresh. There's the next calculator. That one's kind of little, but that's okay.
It is kind of little for my
I like this one.
old lady eyes.
So that was the fast version of that, but you can go and play around on Mortgage Calculators, the website, and see if there's other things you might like to add in there. That one's probably the best for the actual calculator, that first one there.
That's sort of important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You want the function to be there.
So if you like this one more, you can see that we have information about Keller covered as well, so insurance and Keller Mortgage, which if you guys didn't know, if somebody were to go to that Keller Mortgage link and start the application process, it will be linked to you. So even if you've never talked to this person, the lender now has your information. And when they're having these conversations and they're at the point where like, okay, I think it's time you really start looking, they'll say, I see that Kathy Light is the one that referred you over to me. Let's get you in touch. So that's a nice advantage for you. For your clients, there's lots of fees advantages. I shouldn't say there's lots of fees. There's the opposite of lots of fees. Less fees for your clients. So that's a great advantage for them. And then it does have the insurance information. So you guys can share that with your clients and have them be able to quickly look through several different insurance companies at one time. It's kind of like the kayak site for travel, if you're familiar with that, where you put in what date you're going where, and then all the airlines or all the hotels populate and you can choose from there. So this is the same thing. And your clients actually get a little bit of a discount because they're doing it through Keller Williams, and these companies want Keller to promote them. So they give us a little bit of a break. And I'm going to stop sharing. I see some stuff came in the chat, and please let me know if you guys have questions or we need to re-see something. Sweet, it worked. Yay, Amy, that's awesome. And then Jennifer said I used Canva to change the image. Oh, she used 15:4 and that looked good. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. 15:4 for the Canva size for that header. And Sorry, I'm not for hire. I used to be when I did marketing coordination, but I don't do that anymore. Some of your market centers probably have marketing coordinators. We do have one out of our Naperville location. We also have Peak Digital Design, and Ron at Peak can absolutely help you build out these websites if that is something you are interested in. Because guess who showed him how to do it?
You did.
All right, and then Rick says, recap the mortgage and insurance page again, please. Oh, so this one that I was showing on Kathy's website, if you guys are interested in learning how to embed this in your website, check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/thesocialstack. Yeah, I'm gonna miss this. If we go to playlists, there's one in here all about your website, which this video will be on. Command your website. Here we go.
Oh, cool. Look at you.
I got a whole bunch of stuff about websites right on here. Here's one of the mortgage calculators again. Basic website setup. Let's see.
This way makes up for the last time when you hadn't had your coffee.
So let's see, here's the school search again. KW site with the mortgage calculator.
Right.
So
Great. Amy, thank you.
Stuff. Yeah, my pleasure, you guys. Next week, class is the same time. We're doing a mastermind. So if you could do a little homework, if you want to come to that, we'll be talking all about smart plans, your favorite smart plans, how you use them, what you love about them. So if you have never used one, go to the smart plans library in Command, take a look. If you guys are using something like VidIQ, that's fine too. They've got auto plans. Go take a look and see which ones are the best for you and what you love about them. Come to the mastermind and we'll talk about great follow-up plans for different reasons inside real estate. So open houses, closing follow-ups, testimony request follow-ups, stuff like that. I'd love to hear your thoughts and see what you guys are doing with your business.
Thanks, Amy.
Yeah, my pleasure. Any other questions, you guys?
You'd love to hear our thoughts. What's a good way to send them to you?
Oh, you guys can always email me, amystack@e2psuccess.com. I'll put that in the chat. Oops, I missed an S. .com. There, I put that in the chat. So always feel free to reach out if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording. So thanks for coming to class today. And I'll
Thank
see
you,
next time.
Amy. Thank you. Thank you.